Hello friends, this is Kartik Pandit here again with my friend Dr. C.A. Chaitanya Shah. In this episode, we are going to talk about success mantra and who doesn't want to succeed. And for the success, you need to do something which has been done by great leaders. So it is easy to imbibe the qualities and advice and suggestions of seniors and to people who have been successful, which can be directly imposed and adapted into our own setup, our own organization, so that we lead to success. And therefore, the word mantra has become important, though it's our Indian word, it is adopted all over the world. Narayan Murthy had spoken about his success mantras, and Chaitanya is going to rely on those success mantras and share them with you, along with his own interpretation of those keys to success. So over to Chaitanya.
Hi, friends, and Kartik, as he explained, my friend explained, in this particular episode, we are going to talk about a practical experience and the lessons learned from it by Mr. Narayan Murthy, one of the most successful business person or entrepreneur in our recent history, and the type of organization which he has created and has an impact all over the world in the IT industry. At one of the presentations where he gave a detailed presentation on what were the basic four factors which he attributed mainly to the success of his enterprise, Infosys. So we will go to those mantras and look at those mantras one by one, which he called it as entrepreneurial essentials, which are the four pillars on which the success of an organization or a business lies. First is the idea. It is the basic concept or of a product or a service, which we saw in the entrepreneurial journey, that how the entrepreneur starts with the idea stage. And he is the one who starts with something totally new and which is either not traveled or very less traveled. And it should be something which can be articulated and understandable by the general public or the market, which is going to be addressed by him within the shortest possible. For example, if you all recall, Dhirubhai Ambani, when he entered into the mobile industry, his mantra was "Kar lo duniya muthi mein." Now, like this, the idea should be very easy for people to understand. Those who are going to be the market for the business, they must be able to understand and grasp it much easier. And that is the first quality which is required. Second quality is market should be ready to accept. We must have a market, and the entrepreneur is addressing the market which is ready to accept those products. For example, Zomato and Swiggy, they came out with a product, where particularly during the time of Corona epidemic, it picked up so much because it was a need of the hour and the people were ready to accept. And that is how that entire concept picked up and the scalability has increased. Not only that, as I understand, Zomato and the Swiggy, they are also entering, rather besides the food delivery, they are also planning to enter into the pharma and maybe some other products like Amazon and other things. So it should be scalable. Secondly, there should be a lot of scope for the innovation. If you see some of the products which came into the market, now, say for example, mobile, we have 3G, 4G, 5G is coming up. So innovation is something because it has to keep pace with the market changing scenario. Unless you are able to keep pace with the changing market scenario and the requirement and the technology, the way it is getting developed, you will not be in a position to survive. Along with this, your cost control and differentiation. Differentiation is the most important thing which will give you edge over the other products in the market. You may be having competition with so many other products. For example, I'll just give an example, which is my favorite example of Chirag Din shirts. Now, Chirag Din shirts have been in existence for maybe now decades, and they are surviving on a differentiation of the product vis-a-vis, say, take for example, Kumar. Kumar is based on the cost competitiveness. They are on the lower end of the market, and Chirag Din is on the upper end of the market, and both are doing fantastic business. So, differentiation of the product is something which is very key, where you are having an edge over your competitors. Quality and delivery. It has also to meet the quality parameters, because unless the quality is there today, the market with so much of competition around, nobody will be in a position to stick to you. They will immediately switch over to another competitor or the another product or another business. Delivery is also part of the total requirement. And this is how you generate and build your market for the future. Third thing which he emphasized was the team. And this is the area on which he put a lot of emphasis. Team is the core at which the people have to really work on. People with the complementary skills have to come together. If I remember correctly, there is a movie uh, of Ranbir Singh in which he's talking about the business, how it is to be built, and how he's picking up the complementary skills for different types, different presentation, and how he's willing to, share the profits, share the business with these people. The name of the movie is Rocket Singh, and create trust, because the fundamental principle or the fundamental thing on which people come together and stay together for a long time is the creation of trust. Unless people trust each other, there is not going to be any long-term relationship, which will generate in return the mutual respect between the team. And that is how they get the advantage. And this was, to my mind, one of the biggest factor which has seen Infosys. They were around 7 to 8 people who were so close and who worked so closely. If I am not mistaken, at one stage, the rest of the people other than Murthy were planning to maybe leave the project in late 80s and start something of their own. But they put complete trust in Narayan Murthy. And post-independent, post-liberalization and globalization, the company turned around, and then rest is a history. So this building the team, he also mentioned that when he was doing this project, and working on it, there were 13 contemporaries along with him. And out of 13 contemporaries, none of them could stood the test of time. And there were many factors. And one of the major factor was the team which was required to be built. They were unable to build the team. The last but not the least, where again he put a lot of emphasis, is the value system. The value system which the promoter or the owner of the business puts into the organization becomes the culture. And that is where the organization will follow, all the team members will follow. And here, as he said, one has to lead by the example. You have to put into practice and follow strictly the value systems which you are trying to put in, whether it is related to work culture, whether it is connected to business ethics, whether it is related to how you are dealing with the people, everything put together, because that value system is the basic thing. And walk the talk. Unless you follow it, it is not going to be followed by your people. That is the crux. And all these things ultimately should lead to maximizing the stakeholder value through trust, accountability, and fairness. This is a huge concept, because today the stakeholders in the organization are the people who are going to stand by you. And these are the 5, 6 pillars on which the whole organization is going to grow and stand by on a long-term basis. And that is where it is very important that you win over that trust through discharging your accountability and be fair in your dealings with the people. Friends, so this is why it is very important that if you want to have a long term success, these are the main issues, major issues, which one of the most successful man of our time, entrepreneur of our time, Narayan Murthy has suggested.
Yeah. So adding to what you have said, Chaitanya, it's not as if that every time you should have something which is unique. It is what is important is that you should have an idea and you have to make it unique. So you don't start with a unique idea, but you start with an idea and make it unique. Same way,
True.
the market is always there. It's for you to tap it. It's never as if there is no market. It's never as if the market is saturated. In the condition that you are there, because it's not as if unless you get into a greenfield project, there would be already some players in the market. But you will have to find your niche in the market. That's the key thing that is there. Same way, team. People come and go, but you have to ensure that your team is unique to you. And how so long it is with you. It is a unique team which complements your skills. What we have found in our daily routine over the years is that instead of complementing the team members, the team tends to compete within itself. Yeah,
That is
small,
disastrous.
that is where the disaster starts. The competition should be outside the firm, outside the organization, big or small, and not within. So these are the key issues, and these are absolute ground rules. Value system. Everybody's value system is different, but what is important is that you should have a value that you are able to stick to, and you are able to see it through. And not only, and that is why this reminds me of the old times when the British judges used to wear the white wig. The judgment was not in the white wig that they wore, but the confidence was in the wig that was worn by the judge, which showed that he will be fair in whatever he decides. And that's why the impression and the respect for the courts was high in the British time. Then it is not it is not because our judges have stopped wearing wigs, but it was a symbol of fairness, and the fairness in the organization and outside the organization, which is seen through, is a very important ingredient that an organization should have. Well, we believe these are the key entrepreneurial essentials that Mr. Narayan Murthy, such a wise, learned man, a successful man, has done. There could be some that you have developed for your own, but we would definitely urge you, request you to look at this, think about this, ponder about this, and see if you can implement, if possible, all of them or at least some of them, if you're looking for success within an organization, and which is our effort. We want you to succeed. We want your organization to succeed. And here are some ideas which you may want to think, ponder, act upon. Having said that, as we always say, wait for our next episode. Do subscribe to our channels. Comments are invited. And if you want to reach out, you can reach out at Chaitanya Shah at cshah01 at yahoo.co.in or Kartik Pandit at kartik.pandit at gmail.com. Thank you. Bye bye for now.
Bye. Have a great time.